Round number 1 is in the books, and with away teams getting the upset, ambushing teams to NRL in Vegas, let's talk all things NRL Round 1. So the season began with the Manly Seagulls getting the win over the South Sydney Rabbitohs. They had a 12-10 lead into halftime, blew that lead, and then blew the Rabbitohs off the park. New recruit Luke Brooks starring Ben Travojevic was fantastic in that game. And, Tom was pretty good. I think the Dally M points don't go the right way. I don't think he deserves 6 points for the game. Latrell Mitchell, mixed bag. Lots of errors, still had a try. A nice game from him. Goal kicking very off, 2 from 5 there, but a great comeback from Manly. They showed lots of resilience. I think one of the big takeaways from the game is obviously Jason Saab might be out for a while, but you can still see that there is a lot of dangerous speed about that team. And, when they get in front of their home fans this season, they are going to be tough to beat if they do stay fully healthy. The Sydney Roosters got an upset win over the Brisbane Broncos, who were looking to start their season in fashion. But, as good as Reece Walsh was, I think the Broncos' best player on the field was Dean Mariner. Thought Mariner was fantastic, scored a try, very involved in the game, great under the high ball. But you can't take anything away from the Roosters, and James Tedesco has just silenced everyone from the season that he had. It was a one-off. Joey Manu obviously got that intercept, set up a try, a big game from him. Roosters take a 4-point lead into half-time and able to hold on to get a pretty decent margin victory over there in Vegas against a team that was very quality this year. The Roosters, man, I think they will be in the top 4. On Thursday night, we saw the first game in Australia, and it was the Canberra Raiders absolutely ambushing the Newcastle Knights. They looked awful. They were turning over the ball just way too easy, and, I expect them to respond better in round 2, but a great win by the Raiders. Life after Jack Whiten has begun. I love what I saw of Morgan Smithies at lock. I thought he was fantastic. Jordan Rapana actually had a really good game there at fullback as well. Hudson Young probably going to avoid suspension, but I think he copped a fine for that hit on Ponga. But yeah, lots to work on for the Knights, and for a team that a lot of people are expecting, the bottom 2, bottom 4, the Canberra Raiders look good to start the season. Now this next game, this is just the Warriors of old, isn't it? And this is ridiculous because going into the sheds at 12-6 and being up in front of the home fans after 15 minutes, 12 points to 0, and letting the Sharks not only back into the game, but letting them win 16-12. Look, I want to give props to Talakai. I think Talakai was fantastic in this game for the Sharks. Nico had an off game. I think he'll have better games throughout the season and poll some Dally M points as well. But yeah, the Sharks, they've done a great job to get this comeback win, 16-12 over there in New Zealand. Good way to start the season. They have got a bit of a softer draw. A lot of people expected them to lose this one. But, they could definitely be undefeated after the first couple rounds of the season. How good was this one? A Penrith shutout. You all tipped Penrith, didn't you? Nope, Melbourne Storm do not lose in round 1. Remus Smith scoring one try that came in the 49th minute, but Melbourne going into the sheds 2-0, defending their absolute arse off, man. They were so good defensively. Josh King was great in his new position. Pappenhausen was trying to get involved. I thought Jonah Pezzett was really good, especially in defence as well. Harry Grant, great game from him. Joe Chan, a few great moments in, I think, his NRL debut. He might have played before, but I thought he played great as well. But yeah, the Panthers still shown some good signs in defence, able to hold the Storm out quite a few times. Their attack looked pretty poor. I think Luai will respond this season. I thought Luai had a poor game, but, it's hard to single out kind of one player. I thought Talon May was probably their shining light. I thought Toho was pretty poor as well. But yeah, there was still some great running moments from, Cleary, and this team will be very hard to beat this year. But for now, the Storm 8-0, don't they look like a team this year? Saturday saw the Parramatta Eels pick up a round one victory against the Bulldogs. I was there, CommBank Stadium, a loud ground, the second biggest crowd of CommBank Stadium ever. Morgan Harper, man, fantastic Parramatta Eels debut. A try assist, 120 metres, no errors, just what you want to see from the new centre. Bryce Cartwright scoring a double. Offload city for Bryce Cartwright. He had a massive game as well. And Dylan Brown, really good game as well. Now, as for the Bulldogs, there's not much positives to say. I thought Kickow was quite good. I thought in the second half he got more into the game, but the Bulldogs just couldn't hold onto the ball. And, I think their attack will click later in the season. That's why I've got them a little bit higher on the ladder. I don't have them in the top 8, guys. I've got them in 12th position, and I do think that they'll be out of the bottom 4 like a lot of people expect. But yeah, they just got to hold onto the ball, and they've still got a lot of good players in reserve grade, including Bronson Cherry, who I think might come in this week for the injured Josh Addo-Carr. On Saturday night at the Gold Coast Stadium, a lot of people going the Gold Coast Titans there, and I'll tell you what, I was pretty tempted to take them. This game did not go the way I expected. I expected the Titans to blow a little bit of a lead to the Dragons and the Dragons to get the win. But the Dragons, a very dominant victory, 28 points to 4, led by Tyrell Sloan scoring a hat-trick. New recruit Kyle Flanagan scoring in his debut, and 4 from 5 conversions for Zach Lomax and adding a try to the books as well. He looks good on the wing. Obviously, a lot of rumours involving the shift from centre, so we'll wait and see how that goes this season. There's rumours about him coming to Parramatta, but I won't believe those until I see it. As for the Titans, I'll be honest, I didn't get to watch the entire game. It was more watching the highlights as I was catching up with the Parramatta boys, and I don't know what to say, so let me know in the comments how bad the Titans played, or was there a shining light? And we finished off round one with the 4X derby between the Dolphins and the Cowboys. Now, again, expected the Cowboys to win this one, but definitely not by this margin. Zach Labart was fantastic. He was probably my man of the match. I thought Tom Dearden was really, really good for the Cows as well. Valentine Holmes, goal-kicking freak, 7 from 7. Massive game there for the Cowboys. And now we have a really interesting ladder for the NRL, with the Cowboys at the top of the table, the Dragons, the Eagles, and the Raiders making up the top 4. 5th, the Sea Eagles. 7th, Roosters. 6th, Roosters. 7th, Storm. 8th, Sharks, and the Tigers back where they belong in 9th position. Haven't seen them there for a number of years. 10th is the Wars. 11, Panthers. 12th, Broncos. Rabbitohs 13th. Knights 14th. Bulldogs 15th, and 16th Titans, as well as the Dolphins in 17th. So the last thing I want to speak about is the Dally M system. Now, I understand that 6 points has been added as an option. Now, some of these, and this is only round one, is just frustrating. Now, Tom Trbojevic, I think he probably deserved 2 votes, if not 3 votes. He has gained 6 from that game. Absolutely ridiculous. Fair call. James Tedesco gets 5. He had a fantastic game there over in Vegas, as well as Victor Radley getting 2. I think very deserved there. Good to see Morgan Smithies picking up the 3 there for the Knights and the Raiders. Nico Hines has got 6 votes for the Warriors and Sharks in a loss in a game where he had no fantasy point. So don't tell me that it's not rigged. Then you've got the Melbourne Storm, some interesting ones. Dylan Edwards, 2 points, and Taruva 1 point. Thought Taruva was good. I'd still give him 1 and Dylan Edwards 2, so probably deserved there. Clint Gutherson has picked up 3 for the Parramatta Eels. Look, great under the high ball, but what did he bring on the night? I don't think a lot. Bryce Cartwright getting 6 there, deserved. Junior and Dylan with the 2 and the 1. Absolutely agree. 4 points for Tyrell Sloan in a game where you set up tries and score a hat-trick. Surprised he didn't get at least 5 points there, but as I said, it is all rigged. Jeremiah Nanai gets the 5 points for the Cows. Zach Labart 3. And no points, surprisingly, for Tom Dearden, who had a great game, and Val only getting the 1, which I think is kind of deserved. But this Dally M leaderboard and just this system is, sorry, but bullshit. Anyway, guys, that does it for the NRL Round 1 rehash. Let me know in the comments what your favourite moment was in Round 1. What game did you most enjoy? What player? If you're new around here, subscribe to the channel. And I can't wait to get my tips out for you guys tomorrow night.